Hey everyone, and welcome back. Get ready, because
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a really interesting question one of you sent in.
this one about why runners, always seem to go counterclockwise on a track.
Exactly. It seems so simple, but we looked at the sources you provided, and, well, our mission today is to get past the obvious stuff.
Uncover what's really going on there.
Totally. And hey, if you like what we do here, please hit subscribe, like the video, share it, maybe leave a comment. It really helps.
And if you happen to be watching somewhere else, like Facebook or TikTok.
Yeah, definitely search for FMKE News over on YouTube. We've got tons more content: politics, sports, spirituality, current affairs, research, all sorts.
We really appreciate you loyal followers tuning in.
We do. So let's dig in. Counterclockwise running, what's the main driver?
Well, it seems like a big piece of the puzzle is just how most of us are built. Right-footedness.
Right, okay. Most people favor their right foot. But how does that connect to running left?
Think about turning. If you're right dominant, pushing off hard with that right leg while kind of leaning your body into the turn to the left, it just feels more stable, more efficient for most people.
Ah, okay. So it's a natural asymmetry thing.
Exactly. Counterclockwise movement kind of aligns with that default setting for the majority.
So it's not just about feeling comfortable, it actually gives a performance advantage, like a real edge.
It seems so, yeah. Especially hitting those curves. When you run counterclockwise, a right footer can potentially get a slightly longer, maybe more powerful stride with their outside leg, the right leg on that curve.
Because the outside of the curve is a slightly longer path.
Precisely. Over a whole race, that little bit of efficiency, it could add up.
That makes sense from a biomechanics angle.
Yeah.
But the sources also mentioned, like, history, ancient history even.
Yeah, that was interesting. There's a suggestion, maybe less direct, but that ancient Greek spectators preferred viewing action moving from their left to their right. So runners going counterclockwise would naturally move across their field of vision in that preferred direction. A bit speculative, maybe, but interesting.
And wasn't there something more concrete historically about strain?
Yes, definitely. Apparently, back in the day, there were observations that running clockwise seemed to cause more strain, particularly on the left leg for many runners.
So they actually made it a rule.
Seems like it. Around 1913, the sources suggest it became more formalized, run counterclockwise, potentially to, minimize those strain issues across the board.
Wow, okay. Now this next bit in the sources, this was different. Centrifugal force and blood flow.
Right, this one's a bit more theoretical maybe, but fascinating. It looks inside the body.
How so?
Well, there's a major vein, the superior vena cava, bringing deoxygenated blood back to the heart. It apparently runs slightly from left to right in the chest.
Okay.
The theory goes that the outward pull, the centrifugal force when you're running counterclockwise, might actually subtly help pull blood through that vein towards the heart.
So turning left helps blood flow back.
That's the idea. And conversely, running clockwise might slightly impede it because the force is pulling the other way relative to that vein's path. It's pretty cool if true.
That is genuinely surprising. What about the Earth's rotation? Does that play any role?
The Coriolis effect. It comes up. But honestly, the consensus seems to be that for something on the scale of a human running, the effect is likely way too small.
Just negligible, basically.
Pretty much. Fun to think about, but probably not a practical factor in track direction.
Okay, so if we boil it all down, it's mainly our bodies tending towards right side dominance, making left turns feel better.
Yeah, the biomechanics seem key.
Plus some historical reasons, like how people watched races and trying to avoid specific muscle strain.
Exactly. Those factors likely reinforce the counterclockwise standard over time. And then you have that intriguing, if maybe less proven, blood flow theory.
Right, so quick recap for everyone. The big reasons seem to be biomechanics favoring right footers, some history around viewing and injury prevention, and maybe, just maybe, a little help from physics with blood flow.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Consider other things, other sports or even just activities with circular motion. Do they tend to go one way?
That's a great point. Are similar things at play? Maybe subconsciously? Something for you all to ponder?
Definitely.
Well, thanks for digging deep with us on this one. We hope you found that interesting. Again, if you did, please subscribe, like, share, and drop a comment below.
And remember, if you're catching this elsewhere, find FMKE News on YouTube for much more politics, sports, spirituality, current affairs, research, all of it.
Absolutely. Thanks so much to our loyal followers for sticking with us. Keep on digging deep.